So we shall continue some more examples with the state model of systems. So here consider an example where electrical system is given. So in this V I of t is a input and V naught of t across the capacitor C is the output. So and other elements are Rn. So it's a single loop circuit and I of t is the loop current. Now for this system we have to obtain the state model. Now in the previous example, there was a mechanical system and we had written the equations of mechanical system after identifying the state variables, and from that we could able to get the state model. Now similarly here also in the given electrical system, so first we have to choose the two state variables. So here the inductor current I of t and the voltage across a capacitor C, that is V naught of t, are taken as two state variables. Okay. So therefore x1 of t is equal to I of t is the first state variable, and x2 of t equal to v naught of t is the second state variable, and also u of t equal to vi of t, which is nothing but the applied input to the circuit. Okay. So two state variables are designated as x1 of t and x2 of t, or we can also write it as x1 and x2, and the applied input to the circuit, that is here vi of t. Okay. So this is written as equal to u of t. So this is the basic notation for the given circuit diagram. So then, in case of the previous mechanical system, we had written its force balance equation in order to derive the state equations and all. So now here for the circuit, we have to write the loop equation. So by applying the KVL. Now for the given circuit, it's a simple RLC circuit with I of t flowing. So therefore applying KVL to this circuit, Vi of t, that is applied input Vi of t equal to R into I of t plus L into d by dt of I of t plus 1 by c integral of I of t. This is a KVL equation. So therefore we will try to write this in state variables form. So therefore Vi of t equal to R into I of t plus L into d I of t by dt plus, so this term is replaced by V naught of t. It is 1 by c into integral of I of t. So now can be written as V naught of t. So that we have two state variables, both state variables in our equation. One is V naught of t, other one is the I of t. Both are there. Okay. So now to write the state equation on the LHS, we want its rate of change, that is d by dt of I of t, and we have to transfer all the terms on the other side. So therefore d by dt of I of t from the above equation is from this equation. So we will take only d by dt of I of t on the LHS, okay, and we will group all other terms on the other side. So d by dt of I of t equal to, so therefore minus r by L. This is because this d by dt term is multiplied by L. Okay, so therefore all other terms when transferred on the RHS, they will be divided by L, minus r by L I of t minus, for this 1 by L V naught of t. Similarly, for this term it is 1 by L into Vi of t. So we have simply rearranged the above equation, okay, so that we can get this d by dt of I of t, which is nothing but rate of change of first state variable. Okay, so on the LHS and remaining all terms on the RHS. So after rearranging, let us substitute the designated values. So we have called I of t as x1 of t, that is first state variable. So therefore we can replace wherever I of t is there in the above equation by x1 of t. And similarly, this d by dt of I of t can be written as x1 dot of t. Okay. And similarly, wherever input is there, that is Vi of t, so this can be replaced by u of t term. And V naught of t, we have called it as a second variable, that is, so V naught of t is x2 of t. This is our second state variable. So therefore, substituting these terms, the above equation becomes, that is, this equation becomes x1 dot of t equal to, so minus r by l, so I is nothing but x1 of t minus 1 by l into, so v naught is nothing but second state variable, so x2 of t plus this is 1 by l into vi is nothing but u of t. So we'll call this as our equation 1, that is this is a first state equation, equation 1. Similarly, there are two state variables. So one is this I of t, for which we have already derived the state equation. The other one is v naught of t also. Okay. So therefore we have to write d by dt of this v naught of t also as a second state equation. So we know that from the given circuit, v naught of t equal to 1 by c into integral of I of t into dt. This is from the basic relation. That is, v naught of t is the output voltage measured across the capacitor in the circuit, and it is equal to 1 by c I of t into dt. Therefore, d by dt of v naught of t, because we want rate of change of this state variable. So therefore, d by dt of v naught of t equal to simply 1 by c into I of t. So therefore, now we will replace the terms here also, as we have done in the previously first equation. So v naught of t is our second state variable, that is x2 of t, and we will replace wherever v naught of t is there by x2 of t. Similarly, d by dt of v naught of t can be written as x2 dot of t, and I of t term, it is already known, it is a first state variable x1 of t. Okay. So therefore, replacing with these terms, we are now able to write the second state equation, that is, so d by dt of v naught of t is nothing but x2 dot of t, that is equal to 1 by c into, so I of t is nothing but first state variable, that is x1 of t. So here it is there, so x1 of t. So now call this as a second equation. So equation 1 and 2 are the state equations. They are written on the basis of two state variables. Now once we are ready with these two equations, so we will have to compare them with the standard notation, so that we can write the matrix A, B, matrix A and matrix B, which are nothing but the coefficient matrices. Therefore, now we will write the general equation. So x1 dot equal to, so this is the general terminology, a11 into x1 plus a12 into x2. Okay, so we have stopped only at x1 and x2 because there are only two state variables, just similar to the previous mechanical system example. Okay, so therefore their coefficients are a11 and a12 plus b11 into u of t. So here also we have only one bi of t as a input. So therefore only one input and its coefficient is b11 of t. Similarly, for the second variable, the state equation is x2 dot t, x2 dot, that is equal to a21 x1 plus a22 x2 plus b21 u of t. So now we will write the equations 1 and 2, whatever we have derived just now, in this form, that is in the standard form, so that we are able to write the coefficient matrix. Therefore, now just take a look at x1 dot equation, what all it has. This x1 dot, x1 dot of t, this equation has x1 of t, first state variable is also there, and its coefficient is minus r by l. This is nothing but a11 term, a11 term it is. Okay. And this equation also has x2 of t also. Okay. So therefore its coefficient is minus 1 by l. So a12 is nothing but minus 1 by l, and this equation also has u of t also with a coefficient 1 by l. So 1 by l is nothing but this b11. So b11 value is 1 by l. Okay. So therefore now first equation you will have to write as it is, because all uh, both the state variables are present along with this u of t also. So therefore we will simply rewrite here x1 dot equal to minus r by l x1 minus 1 by l x2 plus 1 by l u of t. So x2 dot of t we had written actually x2 dot t just to indicate it's a time domain representation. When we are writing a general state model, that t can be skipped and you can simply write x1 dot and x2 dot. So that's the first equation. There is no modification in the first equation, so there was no need to put 0 and all coefficients are present. But coming to the second equation, so x2 dot of t, okay, this equation has only first variable, that is first state variable x1 of t, and it doesn't have x2 as well as u of t. Okay, the remaining two terms are absent. It means for this equation 2, okay, only a21 is present. It is a21. A21 is 1 by c, 1 by c. So in this equation both a22 and b21 both are zeros. So therefore now by taking them as 0 will complete the equation. So therefore second state equation x2 dot equal to this 1 by c x1, instead of x1 of t we can simply write x1 1 by c into x1 plus, so as remaining two terms are 0 we will write 0 into x2 plus 0 into u of t. So meaning that a22 is 0, b21 is also 0. So once this particular standard format is completed, so then we will write in matrix form. The above equations will be written in the matrix form. So x1 dot x2 dot, it's a 2 cross 1 vector indicating two state variables equal to, okay. So now we write the coefficient matrix minus r by l minus 1 by l and 1 by c 0. So these are the a11, a12, a22, a21 and a22, four coefficients into x1, x2, x1, x2 plus, so still we have to write for this u of t also. This u of t is nothing but it has two coefficients b11 and b21, 1 by l and 0. So 1 by l and 0 into u of t. So this resembles the standard format x dot equal to a into x of t plus b into u of t. So even for the previous mechanical system problem also, you just include this line. Okay. So once you finish off this standard format in the matrix form, so below that you can write this standard equation x dot equal to a into x of t plus b into u of t. Okay. So we will have to arrive at this standard format. So now a is nothing but this matrix, coefficient matrix. X of t is nothing but this 2 cross 1 vector of state variables plus b is nothing but it is again the coefficient matrix, it is b11 and b21 terms, and u of t is nothing but this u of t, input terminology, input to the circuit. Okay. So therefore from the equation 3 you can write matrix A is this one and matrix B is 1 by L 0. So matrix A is a 2 cross 2 matrix, whereas matrix B is a 2 cross 1 matrix. So that is one part of writing the state model. So to complete the state model, we also need output equation. So the output equation is y of t equal to, okay, so which is the output here? Now with the previous mechanical system, output we considered as displacement. So for the mechanical system, for the applied input force, displacement was the output. That's why we were writing x of y of t is nothing but displacement x of t. Okay, now in this, in the circuit itself it is mentioned, in the given circuit itself it is mentioned that, so whatever the voltage across capacitor is there, that itself is the output. This is the output. So therefore obviously v naught of t will become our y of t. That is in y of t equation, okay, so you will have to write y of t output equation y of t equal to v naught of t. But v naught of t we have called it as our second state variable x2. x2. So therefore y of t is equal to x2. Now again we will represent y of t in the standard format. So here I have written STD, standard format. So the standard format you will get C terms as well as D terms. Okay. So standard format is C11 into x1 plus C12 into x2. So this is because we have only two state variables. That's why. Plus d11 into u of t. This is because only one u of t applied input, only one vi of t is there. That's why. So therefore, now just compare this standard equation with this. Okay? Or in other words, we will write y of t equation in a standard format. So now here we see that y of t is equal to simply x2. It means x1 is 0, that is the coefficient of x1 is 0 as well as coefficient of u of t is also 0. So therefore now we will put that in the standard format, y of t equal to 0 into x1 plus 1 into x2. So this is because y of t equal to x2 simply. Now why it is? Because it is equal to v naught of t. So that's why its coefficient is 1. So 1 into x2 plus 0 into u of t. 0 into u of t. Okay. So using this, now we will write in the matrix form. So y of t equal to 0, 1. 0, 1 into x1, x2. It's a 1 cross 2 matrix. So 0, 1, x1, x2 plus 0 into u of t. In this, this is matrix C. C equal to, that is matrix C is 0, 1. It has one row, two columns. And matrix D, which is nothing but transmission matrix. Okay, its value is simply 0. It has only one element, 0. Okay? So that you can write here. You can write that y equal to c into x of t. This is a standard representation. Y equal to c into x of t plus d into u of t. Okay? So matrix C value is 0, 1. And matrix D value is simply 0. Okay? So therefore, these equations 1, 2 and 4, they represent the state models, and these are the relevant matrix: A matrix, B matrix, C and D matrix. This is a solution for the given electrical system. So now in that problem, there were it was a single loop problem where I of t was one state variable and v naught of t was the other state variable. Okay. Now consider one more example here. This circuit diagram has got two loops. Okay. So obtain the state model for the electrical system shown in figure, choosing I1 of t and I2 of t and Vc of t and Vc of t as state variables. So given circuit diagram is like this: R1, L1 and C in the first loop, and L2, R2 and C in the second loop, and Vi of t is the applied input, V naught of t is the output across R2, and capacitor C is common to both the loops. So I1 of t is the first loop current, I2 of t is the second loop current. See now, in the previous problem, voltage across capacitor was chosen as a state variable, but here in this problem it's given that you have to consider I1 of t, I2 of t, that is the two loop currents as state variables, of course, but the node voltage Vc of t should be considered as another state variable. Now it is not V naught of t. Okay, so because the selection is not unique, it is not always V naught of t. Okay, so we want to check what happens at this node as and when I1 and I2 change. Okay, so therefore we want to know what is the state of this particular node. Okay, so that's why Vc of t is chosen as one of the state variables. So therefore there are three state variables in this example. So obviously there will be three state equations and one output equation in the entire state model. Therefore, so now we will derive the state equations. So again the same procedure, you will have to apply KVL to the loops. So consider the first loop. As usual, Vi of t equal to R1 into I1 of t plus L1 into L1 into d by dt of I of t, I1 of course, I1 it is plus Vc of t plus Vc of t, because voltage across capacitor, this is the loop, Vc of t is nothing but this node voltage, okay, which is measured at this point between ground and this point, okay. So therefore Vc of t acts as one of the terms in the first loop. So now in this I want to extract only the state variable term, that is d by dt of I1 of t is the rate of change of first state variable. So therefore I'll take only d by dt I1 of t on the LHS, transfer all the terms on the other side. So minus R1 L1 I1 t minus 1 by L1 Vc of t plus 1 by L1 V of t. Okay. This is as previous problem. Do it. This is first equation. This is first equation. Similarly, also here, of course, the state variable notation is not yet introduced. You can write later also. So first, what we need is these equations. Okay, so later we can write I1 as x1 and I2 as x2 and Vc as x3. So first, in this problem, the equation part is completed. Later on, we will assign the relevant state variables in these equations. Now consider the second loop. So second loop equation. So for the second loop, Vc of t acts as the input. Vc of t acts as an input, and that is equal to just look at the loop. That is equal to L2 into di2 by dt plus R2 into I2. This entire Vc acts as an input to the second loop. That's why it is written in the KVL as Vc of t equal to L2 into d by dt of I2 of t plus R2 into I2 of t. Just compare this equation with this, because what is the intention is in our equations both state variables should be included. That's why. So therefore Vc of t equal to, this is L2 second inductor L2 di2 by dt plus R2 into I2 of t. Now in this equation also, so we need only d by dt of I2 of t, because I2 is the second state variable. I2 of t is our second state variable. So therefore I'll take only d by dt of I2 of t on LHS and transfer all terms on the other side. So by doing so, we get one more state equation, call it as equation 2. Equation 2 it is. Then there are three state variables in this problem. So Vc of t is also one of the state variables. So therefore we will have to write Vc of t equation also. Now this Vc of t, it is actually what it is? It is 1 by c into integral of difference between the two loop currents, I1 of t minus I2 of t into dt. Okay. So whatever the voltage we measure at that node Vc, it is 1 by c into I1 of t minus I2, because of the given circuit. At this node, I1 flows in this direction, I2 flows in the reverse direction. So therefore 1 by c into I1 minus I2 is nothing but the voltage available at this node. So with that network theory concept, so Vc of t equal to 1 by c integral of I1 of t minus I2 of t into dt. But I need what? Rate of change. Okay, rate of change of Vc of t. Now for the first two state variables I1, I2, they were present in the equation itself. Okay, so we have simply rearranged the terms to obtain equation 1 and 2. But here, so only Vc of t is available, therefore we will have to differentiate it one time, d by dt. Okay, so d by dt of Vc of t equal to it. Now the integral here it will be equivalent to 1 by c into I1 of t minus 1 by c into I2 of t. That's all. Okay, so this is the equation. D by dt of Vc of t equal to 1 by c into I1 of t minus 1 by c into I2 of t. 1 by c, 1 by c, so it is written separately for both I1 and I2 as these two represent the separate state variables. And now we will call this as equation 3. Equation. So equation 1, 2, 3 are state equations. First equation is, what was the first equation? It is d by dt of I1 of t. Second one is d by dt of I2 of t. And third one is d by dt of Vc of t. So after writing these three state equations, now we will write the output equation also. Okay. So output is V naught of t, where it is measured is it is measured across R2. In this given circuit diagram, it is given that V naught is available, it is measured across R2. So V naught of t equal to R2 into I2 of t. That is our output equation. So V naught of t equal to R2 into I2 of t, let it be, call it as equation 4. Now we will assign the state variable terminology. So we will first take x1 as first state variable, that is equal to I1 of t. Okay. So I1 of t is nothing but x1. So d by dt of I1 of t can be is equal to x1 dot. That is d by dt of I1 of t can be replaced by x1 dot. Similarly, call I2 of t as a second state variable x2, and d by dt of I2 of t can be written as x2 dot. Similarly, Vc can be written as x3, that is third state variable. Therefore, d by dt of Vc of t can be written as x3 dot. Okay. So after introducing these terms, now we will rewrite all the equations. That is 1, 2 and rewriting the above equations. Now we will replace all I1, I2 as well as Vc and d by dt terms according to these notations. Okay. So therefore, x1 dot equal to minus R1 by L1 x1. So why x1 has come here? It is because in the equation 3 we have minus R1 by L1 I1 of t, that's why. Okay. Similarly, just I'll show that in this equation we have minus R1 by L1 into I1 of t. Therefore, now I have to replace it as what? This entire term is nothing but x1 dot. x1 dot equal to minus R1 by L1 x1 minus 1 by L1, this is x3 plus 1 by L1 u of t. So this Vi of t can be called as u of t. Okay. So all inputs, whether it may be to a mechanical system or it may be to electrical system, so inputs are replaced by u of t. Okay. So now we are substituting those state equations and we are rewriting. So therefore, x1 dot equal to minus R1 by L1 x1 minus 1 by L1 x3 plus 1 by L1 u of t. Call it as 5. Similarly, x2 dot, this is nothing but what it is, d by dt of I2 of t it is. Okay. So minus R2 by L2. Here why x2 has come? Because probably in that equation we have I2 of t. Okay. So that's why that is replaced by x2. Similarly, here x3 is there because in that equation probably here we have Vc. Similarly, third equation, x3 dot equal to 1 by c x1 minus 1 by c 1 by c x2. Replacing all the state variables. Now we are ready with equation 5, 6 and 7. So now these equations have to be compared with the standard equations. So now to write the standard equation, so how many equations we have to write? 3, because there are 3 state variables. Similarly here also, as 3 state variables are there, we have x1, x2 and x3. Okay. So now it is extended. In the previous 2 problems, okay, only there were 2 state variables. That's why our matrix was 2 cross 2. Now there are 3 state variables. Therefore, there are 3 state equations. So x1 dot equal to a11 x1, a12 x2 plus a13 x3 plus b11 into u1. Still input is only 1. b11 into u1. Similarly, second state equation x2 dot equal to a21 x1, a22 x2 plus a23 x3 plus b21 u1. Similarly, the third one. Okay. So after writing this, now we will change equation 5, 6, 7 according to the standard form. That is, whichever state variables are not there, we will put their coefficients as 0. Suppose in equation 5, we have x1, okay, x1 state variable is there, x3 is there, u of t is there, but x2 is not there. So x2 is not there. So the coefficient of x2 is nothing but a12. This a12 is 0. Okay. Similarly, in equation 6, we have only x2 term and x3 term. Okay. Therefore, this is a22. This is a22 coefficient, and this 1 by L2 is a23 coefficient. So we don't have x1. We don't have x1 term. It means a21 coefficient is 0. Similarly, we don't have u of t. Therefore, b21 coefficient is 0. The value of b21 is 0. Okay. Then similarly, in the last equation, the 7th equation, both x1, x2 are there, but x3 is not there. x3 is not there. Therefore, a33 we will make it as 0. And similarly, u of t is also not there. Therefore, b31 is also 0. So, whichever the state variable is not there, its coefficient is 0. So, by doing so, now we will rewrite all our 3 state equations like this. So, x1 dot equal to minus r1 by l1 x1 plus 0 into x2. Okay, 0 into x2 plus minus 1 by l1 x3 plus 1 by l1. Similarly, in the second state equation, 0 x1, because this term was not there. So, minus r2 by l2, it is there, plus 1 by l2, but u of t was not there, so 0. Okay. So, similarly, x3 dot equation, both of them were present, x1, x2 were present, but x3 and u of t were not there, so put them as 0, 0. But anyway, their values may be present or they may be 0. So, they have to be written in the standard format so that it is easy for us to write the matrix form. Now, once this is ready, so once our state equations are ready in their standard form, now we will write the matrix form. So, therefore, now this is 3 cross 1 matrix. Okay. It's a vector 3 cross 1 vector of state variables, and this, whatever the coefficients we are collecting, they are 3 cross 3 matrix. They are put in 3 cross 3 matrix, and it is matrix A. And similarly here, whatever the coefficients are we are collecting from the second half, okay, it is 3 cross 1 vector. It's a 3 cross 1 vector. It's the coefficients of all u of t. So, the matrix form, finally, we are writing like this: x1 dot, x2 dot, x3 dot equal to. Okay, so these are all the coefficients of x1, x2, x3 plus, okay, these are b11, b21, b31 into u of t. So now again compare this with a standard equation: x dot equal to a into x plus b into b. So a is nothing but this matrix, x is nothing but state variables vector, b is nothing but this matrix 3 cross 1 matrix of coefficients, u is nothing but u of t. Okay, so therefore for the given problem, the state model contains the matrix A as this one, matrix B is once we are done with the A and B matrix, so we will complete the state model by writing the output equation also. So therefore here it is given that output is V naught of t. So y of t equal to I2 of t into R2, because see here, y of t is nothing but V naught, but V naught is nothing but I2 of t into R2. Okay, so why this I2 of t into R2, why we have to write in this form is because we need to introduce state variable in that. Okay, because V naught of t, we have not designated anything for V naught of t, but V naught of t is nothing but I2 of t into R2. So I2 of t is called as a state variable. So that's why output equation y of t is x2 into R2. x2 into R2. So again we will represent y of t in the standard form, c11x1 plus c12x2 plus c13x3. So now there are three terms, x1, x2, x3 term, because there are three state variables, plus d11 into u of t. Now in this output equation we have only x2 term and its coefficient is R2. We have only x2 state variable and with the coefficient R2, that is C12. C12 coefficient is R2. Okay. The remaining coefficients, that is C11 is 0, C13 is also 0, and even D11 is also 0, because we don't have any x1, x3 and u of t in this equation. So therefore we will put all those coefficients as 0 and rewrite the output equation in the standard format. So y of t equal to 0 into x1 plus r2 into x2 plus 0 into x3 plus 0 into u. Okay. So now we can by writing so we can write what is the matrix C and D. That's all. So therefore now comparing this, y of t is nothing but C into x plus D into u. Now we can write y is nothing but collect only the coefficients 0, r2 and 0. It is a 1 cross 3, 1 row, 3 columns are there. So 0, R2 and 0, this into x1, x2, x3, 3 state variable, plus 0 into u of t, 0 into u of t, a single element in the matrix. So comparing this entire equation with the standard format, y equal to cx plus du, c is nothing but 0, R2, 0, d is nothing but simply 0, d is nothing but simply. So this is what is the state model for the given problem. So state model is nothing but it is made up of state equations and the output equations. We will have to derive all the state equations and further we can represent them in the form of matrix, and we can derive what is matrix A and matrix B. Similarly, it also contains the state variable model, it also contains the output equation. Okay. So output equation in the form y equal to cx plus du. So we have to write what is C matrix and D matrix. So this model, so now whatever the equation for 3 state equations and 1 output equations we have written, that itself represents the state model for the given circuit diagram. Because it includes all the state variables and it includes all their coefficients. Okay, it gives the complete picture of the given system. That's why it is called state model of the linear system. Linear system. So these are some of the problems to explain now how to write the state models for the given system. We'll continue the discussion in the next.